midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85.
Take a look, Chicago, you can smell it in the air. There's a hungry team called Soldier Field going nuts, jumping out their chair. Teams rather be anywhere but here. We don't care if it's below zero. Let it tumble for the snow, we still gon' break those. If we win the point flip, we choosing to kick. Cause we got a defense that love to hit. Polarize the link with our smash mouth beats. Slicing up teams like Mike Singletary. Forever repping the seat, making Papa Bear proud. Giving Chicago something to shout about.
We the Bears, monsters of the
Welcome to another Panda and Grizzly show. I did this time because I didn't know if I was going to be able to. I'm Brian the Grizzly. We got Tank Kramer, we got Panda down there. Guys, I'm in the middle of moving, so for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be kind of hectic, but we will get on track very soon. But I couldn't let this down. I had to talk about what we were talking about with Justin Fields going on, with Caleb Williams, with Adam Schefter. There's so much stuff going out there. None of this, I don't believe any of it's real, but we'll talk about it anyway. And I really want to get into the idea of what if? What do you guys think what happens if Justin Fields turns out not to be the guy? And people like me who like Justin Fields, that we're wrong, and Caleb is the guy. And then I want to talk about what if Caleb is not the guy and we draft him and Justin Fields just keeps on getting better? Which scenario is worse for the Chicago Bears?
Oh, see, I took something different from that question. I was like, what if neither of them are the guy? What if like Fields goes somewhere else and he doesn't produce, and Caleb gets drafted here and he doesn't produce?
That's a good question too.
Is that the only way Pole's job is secure?
I don't know. You know, what if which one's better for us? Because here's the other idea. You know, the fact that if you trade that #1 pick, you get all those picks and you get to build a team around. And if you're San Francisco, you know, like a team like that, what has all this talent around a guy who's not the guy, you can still find the guy and you can still do good with that guy that you haven't, you know, that you never moved on from. Look at Alex Smith. You know, he went to an NFC Championship game. Is that a better situation, or it's just taking a swing? Because I see everyone kind of calling off of their ideas of that he's the next Mahomes. Oh well, no one's the next Mahomes now. Then why would you even say it at the beginning? So I wonder which one's worse.
Weren't they saying the same thing about Bryce Young last year? Like he was the next big somebody. I can't remember who. Like Josh Allen, I think it was.
No, he was not Josh Allen.
No, I mean,
but he was like the next. He was generational talent. He was
generational.
Like, yeah, he was the dude. You know, he was the dude.
Yeah, but the dude became a dud. So look what happened. The #2 guy, C.J. Stroud. So like these picks are really, it's a crapshoot. It really is. I mean, C.J. Stroud performed back in the past. What was it? Ben Roethlisberger. He came out. He kicked ass. Peyton Manning, same thing. It took a year or two, but still, they picked it up and kicked ass. Out of all the quarterbacks that was drafted in #1, #2, or in the first round, really, it is very hard. Like the percentage rate for the past 10 years, beating this one guy is going to be a crapshoot. Look what happened. Trubisky, Watson, Mahomes. Wasn't there like 2 other quarterbacks in that class? Out of everybody, Mahomes is like the only guy. And I stand firm with what I say. If Mahomes came to Chicago, Mahomes would not be as good because we don't have that base. So it really doesn't matter who we get, because if the base is broken, it doesn't. We can get Brady. The next coming to Brady, it won't work. It will not work at all because our base, we don't have one.
I don't know because here's what everyone's saying about Caleb Williams. I understand where their concept comes from. So usually the number one team, the number one pick for the NFL draft is a 3-win team, 2-win team. The Bears are a 7-win team that could have won 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the number one pick. And you're thinking that if you find the guy to go with this team, all of a sudden you're cooking with grease. You're cooking with something very, that we don't usually get. That's kind of where everyone's thinking. I understand that thinking. I honestly do. My problem is I think it's better to trade away from that pick because kind of what Fredo's saying, the number one guy it's very rare that he is the guy.
Yeah.
In all these drafts, like the number one quarterback that's drafted, usually still isn't the best one who's drafted, who turns out to be the best quarterback out of the class.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, it's the third guy, the second guy. You don't know. I think Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams. We don't know this yet. So I mean, that's my worry. And unless I know for sure Caleb Williams is the guy. If I feel with all everything inside me that he's the guy, then I'm not drafting him, and I'm trading him for a king's ransom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in that scenario that you brought up, like, it's say if they're both a bust, and you said what's the best scenario? So you keep Fields and trade away all those picks.
Mm-hmm.
You have a future. You have stuff you can work with, But now if you draft Caleb, but what you have so much less to work with. I'm not saying it's impossible because they still have some stuff that they can work with, but it becomes harder. It becomes harder to manage and work around. That's why even if you don't believe that Fields is that great or whatever, unless you think he's a complete trash, which obviously he's not, you can argue numbers and this and that and like, oh, did you see in 2022, oh yeah, when they tanked and they took everything away from the team, like that's the year we're gonna compare him to. Okay. But yeah, I think you have to look at the big picture, and I don't know if Caleb is the big picture. You know what I mean? Kind of exactly what Fredo said too. Without the stuff around him, without the system, without the weapons, the line, the coach, not even a head coach, just a freaking coordinator, a guy who can draw plays and not seem like he doesn't know what end zone they're running towards. It's like, yeah, it's basic stuff. A center,
right?
For God's sake,
that's
find
the most
somebody who can
important.
snap the ball and block.
That's the most important. That's the hardest position to play. You have to be the most athletic. It's your center, your left tackle. That's really your foundation of your line.
Yeah.
It's funny because I play both positions. And honestly, center is a little bit more difficult for me. And the left tackle wasn't as bad. Was not as bad. But center is a little bit more difficult. However, between asking the question, answering your question without veering off my little tangent, which is worse? Drafting Caleb, have a 1-win season, Fields goes somewhere else with a great base like Pittsburgh, and watch him blossom because he has that base. However, honestly, keep Justin. We still got him in his rookie contract. We still got him in the rookie year, so he'd be a lot cheaper to keep than drafting Caleb with the high salary.
Okay, here's the thing. So Justin's going to cost about $6 million next year. Okay, because Caleb is the number one pick, he's going to be somewhere around $10 to $12 million. Okay,
a year,
because he's the number one pick. That's like the slot. You're going to be like $10 to $12 million. You could probably get him to $11 million. So through 3 years, you're talking about $33 million versus Justin's $6 million for 1 year. That's a 5th-year option kicks in. It's $20 million.
Right. At least we got him for that 1 year.
But then
that's what I'm saying. We got it for the 1 year, but then you
have 2 years. Because if you do decide to keep him, then you're going to have to sign him. He's going to have to make at least $38 million. Good or bad?
Right. What I'm saying is, get rid of the first round pick. What I'm saying is, you still have a guaranteed year with him, right? Without needing to pay that $20 million in the 5th year if that's an option. We still have him. Now we have this offensive coordinator. I'm sure we're going to pick up a receiver somewhere and maybe an offensive lineman or two. Now, let's see what Justin could do. Let's see what this guy could bring out. And I guarantee you, if Justin comes out killing it, like 4,000, 5,000 yards, I don't know. Maybe all of it's rushing yards. I just don't know the way he runs. But if he comes out and gives us a 10 to 12 win season, Ryan Post is going to look genius.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he comes out, let's just say another 6 to 8 win season. Okay. From there, it's a 50-50. So I don't think we're going to lose anything because all we're losing is $6 million. Yeah, forget the Caleb thing, but I'm sure somewhere in the draft we are going to pick up a quarterback. So then we're going to have that put Tyler Bagent, was it? Over Fields, or we're going to whatever rookie is, enter his name here over Fields, depending on the performance. So I think we're going to be good if we get rid of him, get rid of the pick.
I'm a proponent of getting rid of the pick, right? But understand, if Caleb Williams becomes the guy, Ryan Poles' future is over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like his career here is over. He's young.
Yeah.
So this is why he has to think. He has to do his job. His job is to figure out what Caleb Williams is. And that's why all I'm asking for is figure out your opinion. If Caleb Williams is great, cool. Know that. Prove it. Have conviction. All right. If Justin Fields, Justin Fields is good, then you need to make sure you're standing behind him. Whatever you decide I'm at the point right now where you just gotta make sure it's good for the franchise and you made your best educated decision.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, because it comes down to like you said, and I know you said like picking Caleb Williams is his career, and I agree with that, but it's also like I don't know how to say it. Either way he goes, like his entire job, his entire career as a GM really relies on this one move, and we won't see it play out until the end of the year, at the earliest, the end of the year, because you have to see what Caleb is, you know. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's crazy, you know, but it's also, I know you said, well, worst case scenario, what if they both suck? What if, you know, he goes somewhere else and he sucks? Or what if, you know, Caleb goes somewhere else and he sucks and we keep Justin in, he's just more of the same? You know, like that's really a good question that Brian brought up, because no one's talking about that. Like, I haven't heard anybody talk really about that. It's like, worst case scenario, we are the Bears, so it is a very much a real possibility. It's like, what if both wind up just sucking? You know, then what? What happens to Poles? You know, at that point, you know, is it really his fault if he goes with Caleb? You know, because you're kind of gambling on somebody you haven't seen play a pro. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. Poles. If I was Poles, the more I think about it, the more I don't know if I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I can see my family. I'm like, this one thing decides everything, man.
And it's only one decision, because he still has to decide what he's going to do at 9. You know, if he does get the picks, he has to decide, you know, what he's going to do with everything else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I see it, and it's just so much going on. We got Martin in here. Oh, you see it too?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll bring it up. He said there's more. You know, the line upgrade to and maybe another wide receiver. Yep. You know, and that's just offensively. You still got some things to move on defense. You know, yeah, it's just a money thing. You know, I mean, that's the biggest thing is money when they talk about like resetting the clock and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's literally it's a lateral move for money rather than paying Fields is what it is. Yeah, but I don't know how you guys feel. At the end of the day, if either of these guys are it, if they're the guys, I don't mind paying the guy. If he's the guy, if he's the dude that's going to take us to the playoffs, he's the future of the franchise. I don't care which one it is. if you're the dude, then I want to pay the dude. You know, that's what I want to do. I don't want to pay the guy who should be the dude and is just average at best.
I'll tell you this: if we keep Justin, Iron Pace is gonna be having a close eye on Caleb, hoping he screws up, hoping he plays horribly.
I bet.
So therefore, if Justin plays horribly, so does Caleb. It's a wash, right? If Justin plays well, Caleb is playing horribly, then we all know Ryan Poles is a smart guy. So I think a wash, he's probably his job is safe still, right? If Justin
both
comes
are
out,
good. Well, both of them are
both
good.
are good. I think
then it's a no win. It's a can't lose situation at that point.
What if Justin Fields is a top 10 quarterback and Caleb Williams is a top 5 quarterback?
So real quick, Martin, this is going to be another month of this, at least. At least another month of this talk, man. At the maybe not longer, but yeah. but again, this is what people everybody's talking about. The entire NFL draft. We talked about it on Sunday, and I didn't even plan on talking about it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's what pops up because it's one of the biggest things on right now. So, but yeah, appreciate you coming in, man. I know he loves talking about Bears, so. Oh yeah. So
I got a question
sorry,
though.
Go ahead.
I do have a question though. What do you guys feel about Justin Fields not unfollowing the Chicago Bears? Was it Instagram? I think it was and his dog too.
Wait, what?
Justin
He
Fields'
doesn't follow
dog.
his dog?
No, Justin Fields' dog also unfollowed the Bears.
That's fucking hilarious. That's funny.
I could only people would take it one of two ways, that the Bears are disloyal to him and whatever. I don't see it that way. Just like everybody else in Chicago is getting probably a little tired. He's the number one guy, right? Your name is always mentioned. Trade him, don't trade him, get rid of him. Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Denver, Las Vegas, whatever. Imagine put yourself in that guy's shoes everywhere you look. Tweets, Instagram, Facebook, any type of social media. Chicago Bears this, Chicago Bears this, Adam Schefter that, whatever. I'm sure it gets boring and tiring. It probably hurts his morale and probably really hurts his feelings, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think he did that just to get away from it. Because everywhere you look, everywhere you go, it's there. Spring training is like next week, and no one's really talking about the Sox or the Cubs. Just
who the hell wants to talk about the Sox and Cubs?
I was like,
right,
spring
exactly,
training,
because we're the top subject throughout the all NFL, throughout the whole NFL. So it's crazy. I can only see he did that just for the simple fact he needs a break from it. He's probably getting anxiety. He's probably getting anxious. Is he going to move, or he's going to stay? Was his career over, or is it a bright future somewhere else? A bright future here. Poor guy. How old is he? 23, 24? I'm already sure. Yeah, I mean, poor guy. He's probably stressing out more than a lot more than anybody else in the NFL right now, besides Ryan Poles.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I only see that he unfollowed the Bears due to that reason.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this.
Now, he's not going to pull an Eric Kramer when the Bears
Eric Kramer?
Yes. Eric Kramer came out on the news. He's like,
Twitter
I'm
didn't
burning.
exist.
I'm burning. When the Bears caught him, he goes, I'm burning all my Bear jerseys. My son's burning all the Chicago Bear posters.
The internet barely existed. That's when they got Eric Kramer.
Yeah, I know.
We were on Windows 95 then. Oh my goodness. That's
I had
funny.
dial-up.
Well, here's the only thing I wanted to say. about the whole thing not following Instagram. If I was his agent, I would tell him to do that. That's what you do in today's media. There's two reasons. One, you got to show that you can't just play with me like this. I know that I'm good. I know that I'm worth it. If you don't want me, I know someone else will. So me doing that, unfollowing you, and say I'm ready to go wherever, whoever wants me. You know who just did it recently? Jalen Johnson did. You know what Jalen Johnson's about to do? No matter what, if he's getting a franchise tag or signs a big deal, he's gonna make a lot of money.
Right.
He unfollowed the Bears. He took all of his Bears pictures off. People did it last year. You see it every year, right? Yeah. I think this is what you're supposed to do. This is the protocol. Unfollow your team. Let every team know I'm ready. If I'm a free agent, I'm a free agent. If you want to come get me, come get me. This is what he's supposed to do. You know?
Yeah.
And I think the second thing is telling the city that I don't hate the team. I'm ready to go either way, no matter what. But I'm going to be ready to jump. So you have this only leverage you really have.
Yeah, I believe I could be wrong, but I thought I read somewhere that CJ Stroud doesn't follow Texans, and he's a rookie. You know. So I mean, if that's true, I didn't get a chance to really look into it, but I did see somebody talk about that. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know. You know,
I mean, if Justin Fields farts and it sounds like "Go Pack Go," doesn't mean he wants to leave Chicago. He just wants to unfollow. He wants to be calm.
I might have to kill him. Go Pack Go? No, bro.
Yeah.
Your whole body better understand that. No, bro.
And probably the only Bears player that ever got the pass to play from the Bears and go to the Packers was probably Mongo. You know, and just because his rationale was amazing. He's like, he goes, we screwed over the Packers every year because we beat them every year, twice a year, you know. And then I'm old. They don't want, you know, I'm not a good player anymore. And then I went over there and I screwed them again by stealing a bunch of their money. That's one of the best. I was like, even when you're over there, you're still a Bears guy. Like
Jim McMahon.
Was he a Packer?
Yes.
He went to the Vikings.
I know he went to the Vikings.
No, didn't he go to the Super Bowl or went to the White House and he wore his Bears jersey?
Oh, that's right.
You guys are forgetting that.
That's right.
He wore his Bears jersey to the White House.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
We got Steven in here. Get any amount of leverage you can.
Exactly.
I 100% agree. You gotta do whatever it takes at this point. No matter what's going on, you figure out the way to show that you are ready to play with any team and that I believe I'm a good quarterback. So whatever you got to do, you do it.
Yeah.
And it's not the same as CJ Stroud because CJ Stroud never followed the Texans. It's following the Bears and then unfollowing.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's like high school shit. I don't know, because maybe I'm older, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, man. And I kind of agree with exactly what Brian said too. You know, it's showing the rest of the NFL what's going on, and also Fredo too. I agree with. It could be like, I just want to fucking disconnect from all of the BS right now. You know, it's in between seasons, right? He's like, it's my time right now. I'll let my agent do all that.
And then if the Bears decide they want to keep you, what you said is, I want to get away. I want to get away from all the noise. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. So I decided to unplug from all social media. And the only one I used most of the time was Instagram. So I unplugged my social media account. Not that I hate the Bears. I just wanted to get away.
Right.
That's how you play it.
Yeah. So it's but obviously anything that happens, it's like Fredo said, you know, just anything looks weird, sounds suspicious, whatever, you know what I mean? Like he hires Waste Management, it's Packer colors. Like that might be enough. You know what I mean? Like
whoa. He better not. That's why I draw a line.
That's where you draw a line. You better repaint those cans, those trash cans.
Yeah, you better figure out something. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, at this point, it's anybody looking for anything, you know, and a lot of these media guys, like Schefter, a lot of the ESPN radio guys, anything, you know what I mean? Like, and that goes the same for Caleb Williams. Right now, he's pretty quiet, as he should be. You know what I mean? And but if anything pops up on his social media, that's game over. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go crazy.
This is
when
how you
is pro
connect.
days?
It's
Oh,
so
my bad.
you have a combine 1st.
Mhm.
So you're gonna
Right.
have the combine at the end of this month. So we're talking about next weekend. We're gonna start seeing, of course, but none of the stars are going to throw in the combine. So this is when you're going to see pro days come up the first week of March. The reason they do that is because you want to do it before the season starts, before
Oh, it's
the
next week
actual
Monday.
league year. So the league year starts the 13th, the 13th of March. So before that, the tampering period is from 11th to 13th. So the Bears really would like to do, if they are going to trade Justin Fields, they probably should do it before the tampering period starts, or during the tampering period, because you want to get the most from it, because you don't want a team that could be all for Justin and giving you a first round pick, like the Steelers, or I don't think the Raiders, or but there's teams out there that could be very pro Justin Fields that
Right.
might get you a first round pick that you might want to have. Maybe a flop with the Patriots. You want to do it before they decide to look at Russell Wilson. If Atlanta wants to do Justin Fields and the fourth for their first round pick, those are things you want to get done before they start to kick the tires with other people.
Yeah, I mean, February 26th, next week Monday is combine starts. Which
But
exciting.
you're not going to see a lot of this stuff till, I think, Wednesday's going to be the day that you're going to really want to talk about it, and which is even better because we'll be on Dynasty Pylon on Wednesday of Combine Week, and I cannot wait to talk about it. We'll be on there tomorrow also, but next week Wednesday we will be on there hard and pushing the Combine, looking at all the stuff, and all you really want during Pro Day is for one guy to mess up. What happens then? Does JJ McCarthy, who's now up at the 12th pick, if he has a great pro day, someone has a bad one, does JJ McCarthy jump up into the top 6 picks? Like, these things can happen. And I think it's the biggest mistake you can do. I think you should be looking at your film. You always look at the film, and you should go off football reasons. But no team does that. It's all part of the story. So combine's going to matter. The 40 is going to matter. As how athletic you are, how tall you are. If Caleb Williams turns out to be, 6'1.5", that's different than being 6 feet even. If he's 205 pounds over, then not 215, that's different too. If Jaden Daniels turns out to be 200 pounds instead of 215, that changes it too. If Caleb Williams' hands are small, right? You can't play You can't play football in Chicago. Those things are going to matter. So, though we think we know what's going on or whatever, who's reporting whatever, it's all going to change.
Yeah. Here, I got these. So these are the important days after the Super Bowl, the 11th. So today is February 20th, beginning date for franchise tags, transition players. Which did we get? I don't think we got anything major today though. Any big news?
Not yet. No.
Yeah,
this
nothing.
is the beginning.
Yeah. But then the 27th to the 4th is the combine. In Indianapolis.
It's usually it's always there. Yeah.
It's always yeah. But I think one year we should go. That'd be kind of cool.
If I wasn't moving, I would have been there this year. No doubt.
Yeah. And then March, you get the deadline for the franchise tags, and then the 13th is the tampering period, or the 11th to 13th tampering period, and the 13th is the 2024 league year. Begins at 4 p.m. So,
all right, gents. I have one question before we leave, because we're gonna have a quick show today. What will surprise you the most? What move between now and March 13th will surprise you the most for our Chicago Bears?
Let Jalen Johnson go.
Oh, Jalen, but he already told. Poe said Jalen Johnson's not going anywhere. He already told everybody.
I know that's your question was what would surprise me the most. That would surprise me the most.
Okay.
That or cutting Jenkins. Because Jenkins is close to his contract up too. Or cutting or trading Jenkins.
Yeah, he still has another year.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, because even like we let go of Whitehair, we let go of Eddie Jackson, and I know Brian, you said that like 3 months ago at this point. You know, so that's not anything that was too surprising. I don't know what else. I mean, they can't sign anybody right now, right? Like because that's still
Tampa
not
period.
Yeah, Tampa period. So it would be more like if they can let anybody go. I don't know. I don't know. Can they do a trade right now? Can they trade Fields like right now, or they have to wait?
No, you can trade him because he's under contract. He's under contract, so he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we can trade still.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would do it so early, but
yeah, that's
why I'm thinking no. That's why,
yeah. Like right now, it's just kind of the best thing to do is just stay quiet and let the social media people, the news people, just give out a bazillion different scenarios. Yeah. That's the best thing for polls.
Just keep your head low.
I would say that pulling the trigger on anything right now would be surprising. You know, you drop the guys you wanted to drop. If they drop a few other smaller guys, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think making a big move right now, you know, like say trading, would be a surprise. You know. So what about you, Brian?
I think the biggest thing that surprised me the most is the Bears say anything.
Well,
say anything officially. Say we're going to do this or this because it hurts trade value either way. If it's Justin Fields or if it's the first pick, I think you say nothing. I think what Ryan Poles is doing right now is perfect. It's perfect. This is what you do. You get everyone to talk in between everyone. You should let everyone talk. Let's talk about every show. Every time you talk about football, you think about the Chicago Bears. That's the benefit of being a 7-10 team and having the number 1 pick, number 1 and number 9 pick. And you could possibly have number 1 picks for forever. Like for years to come.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what you're supposed to do as a GM. You know, like find the right players, but also build capital, draft capital, you know. So if there is a bad decision, all right, cool. We'll do what we can this year, and then next year we still have this, and this, and I can make moves and we can do this. You know, so using what Stephen Joe said, leverage. Not just for players, but also for GMs, getting leverage. All right, cool. I messed up this year, but we have enough stuff where I can get the guy next year,
something that would surprise me is if the Bears traded their 9th pick for a guy already.
What do you mean?
I would be surprised. So let's say who's a good 3 technique, a great 3 technique, and they trade their 9th pick for a 3 technique. What's Chris Jones, Quentin Williams, something like that. That would surprise me because I think you have so many holes to fill. Why would you do that? But that would be a win now move.
Yeah.
Will that foreshadow that Fields is staying and then they are trading the first pick? But any move you make foreshadows what you're going to do with that number 1 pick. So that's why I think they're going to be quiet. But that will surprise me the most.
Yeah. That would be like super shocking. But again, that was like doing anything and not just staying quiet. So, yeah. I don't see Poles doing that though.
He's too smart. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's smart. He knows, what to do. So
I just hope he just follows himself and make the right choice and stick with it because it's your career. So as long as you're gonna make that decision, make the decision. But also remember that the rest of the draft matters too. So because even if you mess up this whole first pick, but you get bangers of everybody else that you draft, you might stay around. You might stay around.
Yeah.
So do your job.
Good night, baby.
Yeah. 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 And he's been doing a pretty good job so far. They're not, Velas Jones was questionable at best.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he's been knocking it out of the park in the draft at least.
Yeah. He has to do what Kevin Costner did in draft day. Write his decision on paper, put it in his pocket, and leave it alone. And have that decision. Because he's going to get so much news and what to do, and people higher ups telling him what to do. But it's ultimately his choice.
Do you believe Kevin Warren knows what he's going to do?
Ooh.
That's
a better question.
So Kevin Warren came out this week and really put a lot behind Justin Fields and very pro Justin, which could be worth two things. It could be for leverage, for trade leverage, or really to support Justin Fields and say he's going to be great going forward. Do you think Kevin Warren has an idea what he wants to do?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, he has to. He's the captain of the ship. If he's out there with the rest of us, what to do, then that's a shitty captain. This guy needs to know, like, I want Fields, or I want Caleb, or I want Jaden, or I want JJ. This is the guy I want. I'm gonna say Fields is best. Fields is really good. Just hype up Fields and see what kind of picks he's coming. They said, well, no, that Fields. We give you number one for blah, 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 blah. So it could be just a ploy, really. But yes, Warren should know what he's going to do. He should know the day after Super Bowl what he wants.
I actually disagree with both of you. I think Warren shouldn't know anything because I believe that polls shouldn't know anything either. Because if you're doing your job, you're going to wait to have those individual interviews with Caleb Williams. You should wait to really go out there and just pro day. You should wait to see all these things and try to figure out exactly what he did with Darnell Washington. Like, you go out there and poke him and prod him and figure out who he is and what type of player he really is. I think that's his job. I hope that no one knows what's going on, and this is all a fluid situation, and that when it does happen, it just happens because he's figured out the right answer. If he does that, I think we are in good shape.
Yeah. Well, one player you don't want to poke is Caleb because he might just like it.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon.
No.
Yeah. But I would say
I pro Justin. That's why.
I would say though, those two guys, they have to be on the same page. You know what I mean? And I believe it seems like they are, at least from the media and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I do agree. Like, they shouldn't, like, for say like after the Super Bowl, like, no, that's too early for me. But they should have a game plan. They should have had a game plan as soon as they were done playing football. Like, this is the game plan. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure things out and stuff. But does Poles make a decision without Warren? No. Like, I think
he makes a decision, but Warren would know what that decision is.
Yeah,
I think Kevin Warren will allow him to make the decision, but then hold him accountable. And that's all you really want for your guy. If you want a president of the Bears, you want him to hold him accountable. You don't want him to let Larry just do what I say, and if it doesn't work out, I'm going to fire you. Well, no boss like that ever works.
Yeah, micromanaging. So, yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. We hit that 40-minute mark. Yeah. And as I said, I've been moving all day. Fredo came out and helped me move some stuff already. Tank has been working all day. So I'm just saying, next week we're going to be at you a little bit more. I'll have this thing kind of set up a little bit better. Thank you guys for coming in. Martin, thank you for coming in. Steven, thanks for talking. Guys, thanks for watching afterwards. We've getting a lot of views. I appreciate that. You guys are great. Your comments are great. Even if you disagree with me, I'm okay with disagreement. This is what you're supposed to do. We're having a conversation. You guys are enjoying some things. We enjoy something totally different. That's fine. Let's come together. We're all Bears fans. I think this is a benefit for all of us. So, once again, guys, thank you for this show. Thank you, Tank. Thank you, Fredo, or Panda, whatever you want to say. Guys, we will be talking about this every week. Next week, I actually have a better question, but I wanted to kind of ramp it up. I don't want to tell you what it is next week, right now, but you will see it next week. Please let us know what you're thinking. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
The Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so